Well, it's an enjoyable walk. This reminds me of being on the North Yorkshire moors on the Lykewick walk. I mean, I know moor land and that kind of thing all looks a bit the same, but there's something different about this. And apparently there's a lot of history about this, and apparently some of the stones were taken from here and used at Stonehenge. And apparently they tried it not that long ago to take one to see how it would handle, how they could move it, like as they did in the old days. And they took it to Milford Haven apparently, or Fishguard, I'm not sure which, and put it on a boat, and it sank, and it's still there in the harbour. They can't retrieve it. But you know, there's a lot of history to all of this, and I'm going to speak to David about it in more detail, and it's quite interesting really. I mean, I know I kind of pick to walk on really, you know, designated paths, whether it's on the coast path or a tow path or what have you, but it does make a change to get out here, right into you know, into the wild. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, I haven't brought anything with me I'm leaving it all to David. He knows where he's going. He's a ranger on the Pembrokeshire Coast Path, knows the score, knows where he is. We are heading in the general direction of Newport, and the sea is over on my left hand side, and we're kind of heading north now, and so we will eventually come to the top of this mountain, and it's a mountain because it's over 1,000 feet. Apparently it's 1,140 or thereabouts, and it's a fairly flat walk, but it does make a change to be walking on, you know, this kind of surface and everything. My knees are fine. I'm enjoying this. You know, I'm not suffering. I'm not struggling. It's just lovely to be out and about with people, and they're all really nice, knowledgeable, intelligent people. Good conversation, and I'm just loving it. It's just nice to have a day's walk out in a place like this.
Between my legs.
Doctor, it's me tighter.
It's a biblical.
It's 10 o'clock now on Thursday the 9th of September, and this is David, and I know you know David, and this is Janice, that's his wife, and I've been here for the last couple of days, and you've made me most welcome. Thank you very much indeed, as always, because it was about a year ago actually since I was here last, when I'd finished the Scotland walk and came down to here for a few days, and you've made me just as welcome. It's absolutely fabulous to be here, and I thank you very much. It was a bit of an effort yesterday in terms of you made an effort to get people together for us to go for a walk. And can you remind me of the name of the place, David, in English and Welsh?
Yeah, it's the second highest mountain in Pembrokeshire.
Yes.
And it's called Carningli, which translated into English is the Angel Mountain.
The Angel Mountain, right. Ah, right. Okay, and you came along, Janice, and I mean, under normal circumstances, you would never have arranged a walk on a day like yesterday with the weather, and you wouldn't have even thought of going out. But you know, on my behalf, I thank you very much indeed that you actually did, and it wasn't a disaster, but it certainly wasn't what we expected, was it?
No, I mean the whole point of going to that. I mean, we were up 1135 feet.
Yes.
And the whole point of that, from my perspective, was for you to see the vista of the coast that you had actually walked.
Yes.
Probably as far as Cardigan, and you would have seen right down to St David's and then spun around for the rest of the county. You can almost see right round the county, and that's 360. And that's what I wanted you to experience.
Yes.
But we couldn't see our hands, unfortunately.
I know.
And it was low cloud. It wasn't mist. It was just
I know. This is what we got. That we understood that in the end, didn't we?
We did.
But you had no idea whether you was going to run yourself into danger by sort of sitting it out and waiting. And,
That's right.
and you know, okay, so it was only fairly early, but it wasn't pleasant, was it really?
No, it was by no means pleasant. I mean, we were...
It was different.
Especially when we've got, when I say we get lost, we didn't get lost. We just went slightly wrong in the beginning, coming off it, but it was certainly an experience. I mean, it's no different really in effect to like the North Yorkshire moors, which I'm familiar with, where the mist can roll in and you've got no idea how long it's going to be there.
And you can see now I insist we all carry whistles, can't we?
Yes, I'm glad. I mean, and I went out without my phone. I left it on charge, and so I'm really glad I was with you. And we recovered the situation
Absolutely.
quite easily. And it was a nice occasion. Lovely.
I think we were hoping with the because it was quite a breeze, wasn't it? It wasn't cold, well, quite a breeze. We're just hoping it would blow away because the sun was working hard to come out.
Yes.
And as we found out later, it was out down here. I mean,
Yes, it was.
It was actually quite hot.
Yes, we could have gone for a walk along the beach, couldn't we?
We could have.
With hindsight, we could have seen the beach that we was going to look at from the top.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted you to see, was that
Yeah,
sort of
yes, but it was really nice. But
we've given you a few photos of ones we did earlier.
yeah, but you've fed and watered me very well again, and
welcome.
thank you very much indeed for that. It's been a pleasure being here. And I mean, I didn't realise actually. I know you. Can you tell me your situation with the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path? You both sort of work or volunteer for that?
We're volunteer wardens, both of us, and there's about county-wide there's about 75.
Yes.
And it's split into there's a ranger who looks after a certain area. Now our area is from St Dogmell's right down to Fishguard Fort.
Yes.
And there's about 14 of us who help the ranger to keep the coastal path, in
top nick.
That's right. Well, as best we can.
Yeah.
And we do jobs like that, and we help with guided walks and stuff like that.
Wildlife surveys we do.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. And so, does it involve many hours, or are you just on call, or does it?
There are quite a few different aspects to the job. There are wardens. I do a job with people with special needs as well.
Yes.
Although that's been stopped since lockdown because we
Right.
use a minibus, you see, so
Right.
we can't use a minibus. Janice does a butterfly survey. She's been doing that for years. We've done hedgehog surveys.
Hedgehog surveys. Put up bird boxes.
I mean, just the other day when
boxes.
the day you arrived, you saw me. I'd just come back from doing a quick scan of the coast because a boat had gone down in Fishguard and they were worried about I think about 3,000 litres of diesel had gone
Wow.
down with it. So they sent us out to scan 2 beaches.
Right.
Because they were doing the whole North Pembrokeshire coast was scanned,
Right.
just in case, you know.
Yes.
So it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's an obvious question because everybody's talking about COVID. You know, I mean, even today there's fresh news. There's a new outbreak, and I mean, I'm going back up north, and Bolton's been, you know, where I'm going to, Lancashire area. It's turned bad again, and you've got it down here in Caerphilly. You know, it's just an ongoing thing. This COVID thing. Yeah. How much of an effect has it had on the coast this year in terms of numbers?
Certainly when lockdown was on, because they actually closed the path. The notices went up when they actually closed the path.
The park was closed. The coast was...
National Park was closed.
The whole national park was closed. So the coast and all the mountains and the inland areas.
Once
as
they
well was
opened it was like the floodgates that opened. And I don't... But everyone's saying that we had a larger population here. You know,
usual.
than normal.
Usual.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But in terms of the weather, it's been awful, really, hasn't it?
It's I think we had the best weather during lockdown, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But it's been difficult for the whole country, and I think people, we get a lot of people from Birmingham and the West Midlands down here.
Yes.
And you know they come down for a break and what have you, and you know, we depend on them. There's no doubt about the economy in this area depends on these people coming to us.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a difficult situation.
Yes. And now, like, winter's approaching, isn't it? So will that more or less just put an end to everything, really? Then do you sort of, is that your job finished?
The events program, the National Park run an events program on a magazine called Coast to Coast. Well, ironically, they were just about to they published it, but they hadn't put it out, and that's a whole list of stuff that the National Park do for people, you know, of all ages and all sorts of interests,
all sorts of activities.
Yeah.
I've got one which I'm helping with left, and that's a seal watch in October.
Yes.
Which we might still get that to do, but
Right.
we do back walks and things like that.
Right.
St David's.
Right.
Normally there's a full calendar, you know, of stuff that we do for the tourists, really.
Yes. Well, as I say, it's been lovely being here, and thank you very much indeed. And
so, Jim, can I ask you what are you going to do next then, mate? Because I know you finished the Leeds Liverpool. That was great. We've all watched that and enjoyed it. So it's a bit of a time now between now and March. So what are you going to do before then, my old son?
Well, I mean, coming down here has given me a chance to have a good think about it, really, or think about it more, you know, rather than as I said, up north they're having problems with the COVID a lot more than they are down south. That's how I feel about it. But to answer your question, I need to get settled. I've decided I'm going to look at an apartment in Hebden Bridge, which is not far from Manchester, and it's in Yorkshire, and hopefully I can get that. And my intention is to simply as something to do with them, to be honest with you, because I want to keep fit. I've got every intention of doing the Scottish Walk next year, but that depends very much on my fitness. As I tried to explain on the last episode of the Leeds Liverpool, because it's going to be a completely different kind of walk. But my intention now is to do a programme called Jim Up North, and that will be like a walk around a lot of the northern towns in Yorkshire and Lancashire, and even probably further afield than that, just to get a perspective and feel the atmosphere of the places in the same way as I did on the canal, really, by just talking to people.
Oh, I see.
And mostly local people, I'm sure there will be local people, and ask them what it's been like over the years and the changes, and is it, you know, and just get a feel for. I mean, you can read books and you can see magazines about different places, but I think it's important that you can feel the atmosphere.
Very true.
And I mean, just take York as an example, which probably would be the first place I'd visit, because you know, it's the oldest city in England, really,
Yes.
and there's no end of things there of interest to everybody. You know, there's the railways, there's the racecourse, there's the wall around, there's the museums, there's a railway museum, there's lots and lots of different things to see, and you can and to walk around, and that's why people go. And
they hung Duke Turpin there, didn't they?
Yeah, it's got a history, and it won't be. It'll be like the Leeds Liverpool Canal, where it won't be a history lesson or a geography lesson. It will be just who's there, the people who used it, and the people who go, and why did you come to York, kind of thing.
We did that once, you know, on the top of a bus
Yes.
around York, and when they went to the corner where they hung Dick Turpin, the guy on the microphone said, "Someone leaves flowers there every day."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy that.
Amazing.
So again, it's just going to be a typical me kind of
that'd be
program,
good.
doing some walking, keeping fit, and talking to people, which is and it's something to do. And the other thing about that is, I can't continue to live in my van over winter. It's cold, it's damp, it's interfering with my making films because of the dampness. I'll be doing it from indoors, so it's just going to be day trips out for me to from A to B in my van. Spend 3 or 4 or 5 hours or however long it takes to get enough material together, and taking it back to edit it like at my temporary home. And I won't be using the van very much at all.
So you'll be going within that sort of belt area where you can come and go every day.
Yes. From Hebden Bridge, which is fairly central, I think everything that I'll be doing, certainly for the first month or two, will be within 30 or 40 miles of Hebden Bridge.
And there's a lot of areas, a lot of places there, isn't there?
There are a lot of places. I mean, there's Manchester, you've got fantastic museums there. You've got Salford Quays and lots of interesting things and places to see, and this will bring a lot of people up to date, really. And there'll be the music and there'll be the chat and everything, and it will be that kind of program.
Well, and keep us in touch with you as well, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much again. You're
very welcome, sir.
Lovely people, absolutely wonderful people. You've been really nice to me, and it's been great to be here, and I hope I come back next year.
You might get to see the view from the mountain.
We might have another go at the mountain, pick a better day. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll have to have a plan B.
Or come up in the spring when it's, or whatever, but who knows what's going to happen.
The last time you came, as you remember, we said to you, the weather's not been very good, and it was a great day, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then the day after you went, it went back to being
back to
awful.
being, that's the weather for
But you didn't work your magic this time, Jim.
No, I know. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
You're welcome.
sir.
Okay, bye now, thank you.
Bye.